on the YouTube. We're recording on the YouTube. You stole my lipstick.
No, that's mine. One thing I have, you can't just give it to me and done.
You need to be up a little bit.
Lindsay gave it to me.
Lindsay gave me one too, so it's easy for that mistake to be made. Okay, Alright, guys, so just letting you know from now, we are definitely going to be banned on IG, so that's okay. We have this show planned out for you right here on our YouTube. So today we have a vagina.
Oh, I thought that was my breast pad. Whoa.
We're gonna have a special guest on the show.
What the hell?
So, you know, I wanted to make sure I had my props and I had everything ready. No, it came powdered. It's a powdered puss. So parents, if you have your children watching, today is not the day, okay? Sorry for you. Today is not the day. Oh,
it smells rosy.
Let me smell. Well, it's a choo-choo. What do you want it to smell like?
I mean, if it was a fake choo-choo, it could at least smell like roses or something.
Alright, let's go live now.
I wonder if you could pierce it. I'm really interested in this choo-choo. Where did you find this?
Where you find all great things in life.
At the sex store?
Yes.
Dear Santa,
please
go shopping for me.
At the sex store.
Push that camera up so it's not just focused on our church. You're focusing the IG camera on my church. This is weird. There we go.
How are you? Okay.
Hi guys, Joe.
Hi Joe. Welcome, early birds in the house.
Good in.
Oh, okay.
Share is a new early bird.
So I see Doc there, so we're gonna add him in 5 minutes. Doc, we're just gonna do a little intro and let everybody know that you're here. Don't worry, Doc. I'm not ignoring him. Okay, everybody, welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Tricky, where we take your mind off of what's going on outside of this wonderful bedroom, to bring you an hour of fun, frolic, and foolishness.
That's right.
No, I'm just letting everybody know that we are definitely going to be banned from IG Live after this, but it's okay. You can catch the repeat in HD over on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Because today we have a very special show planned.
Yes.
We have Dr. Michael Reed. He has over 20 years of experience in women's health, and he has his board certificate, California, all kind of things. He's going to make. You know, if you
from foreign, so it's good
yeah.
Good foreign things. And that's Dr. Reed, R-E-E-D. Hi, Dr. Reed.
Oh. We're gonna add him in a minute. So he is a whole heap of things. He has completed his surgical fellowship in laparoscopy, vaginoplasty. It's a lot. Vagina things.
Let me see.
Oh, yeah, because those words are hard to pronounce. Dr. Reed
and
is
perinealoplasty. Oh wow! So it's all things related to female genitalia.
Yes. So he's gonna show us where we have a chart. We have a chart and we have, you know, a vagina, because we not that we don't know how it works, but we want YouTube to see what's happening.
I don't know how it works. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how vaginoplasty works.
Well, me neither. But I know about a vagina.
Well, do you think you know about a vagina? Just
because you could get one on Amazon.
Just because you have one doesn't mean you know about it.
Well, we're gonna.
Right.
No, they're not hiding in here. Go in the living room. They're hiding in the living room because we can't do this talk with the kiddies. Oh dear. All right.
Not for you today.
Not for you today, Levi. Not for you today.
Not for you today.
There's nothing on the
Okay, very good.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Right.
All right, don't right. Should I lock the door? Today is not a children's show. So if you have any children watching under the age of 13, maybe it's not such a good idea. Remember, if we're kicked off of IG Live, we're going to continue going, and you can catch the repeats over on our YouTube channel, which is linked in my bio. So now I'm going to go and try and find Dr. Reed here in the house.
Yes. Well, I'm actually quite excited for this.
Go live in a room? Is that what we're doing?
I mean,
I don't know. I think... You know, I never know how to do these things, you know. Today's our last day of baking. Hi, Doc. Hi, Dr. Reed. How are you?
Wonderful. We're doing great out here in Davis, California. We're loving the weather. It's hot. It's another great day out here.
Awesome.
How are you guys doing?
We're good. We're good. So, Dr. Reed, welcome to the show, and we want to thank you so much for being here. Now, I find that sometimes people in general, all across the world, they're a little bit inhibited when they want to talk about the vagina. Even with my daughter, I call it a choo-choo, you know, and we're kind of a little bit reserved about talking about vaginas and about periods and about all of these things that happen every day to every single woman. But people, there's almost like this shame. And, you know, even today, I know we have all of these gadgets and things and stuff, and we know that Instagram is going to ban us because we're talking about vaginas. But we welcome you here today because we want to find out everything about what's going on underneath.
Well, let's figure it out. Shoot your first question.
Well, I have a question.
Yes,
how come
go
you
ahead.
decided to study vaginas?
That goes back, 20, 30 years ago. Just when I was in medical school at Creighton, you'd go around and you do all these different rotations. And delivering babies was just awesome. I just enjoyed it, the intimacy that's involved, just getting to know a couple in such a way that not everybody has the privy to do.
Right.
And then be a part of a great delivery is wonderful. In my career, I've delivered over 5,000 babies and ever so grateful for that experience. And I couldn't imagine myself doing anything different. I'm doing stuff now just a little bit differently, but it's still right along where my heart lies, and that's women's health. I was raised by my mother, single mother, father, and so all I wanted to do is just make life better for myself and as well as for women's health.
Do you feel that as a male doctor, that you have some sort of a disadvantage because you don't have a vagina compared to a female doctor, or do you feel that with the knowledge that they provide for you, that you feel that it's a somewhat even ground?
Well, I think the only time that it's a disadvantage is when the patient is short-sighted enough to say, I don't want to see someone because they're male.
Right.
Well, the actual matter of fact is you got to find someone who actually cares about you.
Okay.
Care about your situation. And overwhelmingly, once they take that first step to get to know me and they see where my heart and my desire is to make life better, it's out the window. And I don't see it as a disadvantage. It's only for those women who are short-sighted enough to say, well, because he's male.
Well, I agree with you because I don't know what the hell is going on in my vagina, and I have one. So,
Do you think that, so after giving birth, sometimes in a lot of cases, the vagina it changes in terms of appearance, the labia can get a little longer. So is it kind of, after birth, you have women coming back to you and they're saying, Doc, things don't look right, I don't feel so confident. And that's where you kind of branched out into, what would you, labia, cosmetic surgery for the vagina?
Cosmetic gynecology. So it's cosmetic gynecologist. What is a cosmetic gynecologist? It's a gynecologist who's been board certified, knows how to handle the anatomy, but has also done some sort of training to be able to handle the finesse aspects of making things more cosmetically desirable. And it's fairly new. It's no different than breast augmentations, 15 years ago. That was almost taboo. You're supposed to love your breast, and your breasts are supposed to be this, and why are you changing them? And now it's just daily practice. People change because of bother. It's the same thing that I'm encountering is that women are feeling as though they want to change something. They have a bother. Not that anything's wrong with them.
Yeah.
They're completely normal. But if they have a desire to change something to their liking and they can, this is where I come in.
Okay. Right. So.
Yeah.
So do you find that after people have had their babies, because I would assume, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Doc, that most people come in after having a child to do vaginoplasty. What percentage of women is after children?
Well, all of them, because you don't want to do a vaginoplasty and not have had children, because that's the first thing that'll destroy your vaginoplasty, your vaginoplasty.
Right.
Or what I prefer, pelvic reconstruction. So all patients that are coming in, I would say 99% of those patients that are coming in for complete pelvic reconstruction or vaginoplasty have had children because they've had change. There's the muscles have been weakened, they've been stretched, they have beautiful children, but now they're left with
So how long after should a patient wait to have vaginoplasty after having their children? Because I mean, the vagina is very elastic, so doesn't it kind of like back up? But I mean, maybe it doesn't back up enough, and that's when you decide. So what's the time period?
Well, so if you're talking about someone that's just delivered, you want to make sure, one, that they're completely healed from their delivery. Two, are they breastfeeding or not breastfeeding? Because that makes a difference. If you're breastfeeding, you're taking a lot of the estrogen that you normally would go to the vagina are now supporting the breast. And so oftentimes women who are breastfeeding sometimes have painful sexual intercourse because there's less estrogen to the vagina. Oh. So we want to make sure they're breastfeeding. Then once they're done breastfeeding, I think probably the earliest that you would want to ever do anything is about 6 months after delivery.
Right.
6 months would be the best case scenario, the earliest that I would even encounter, talking about doing some kind of vaginoplasty work.
So 6 months after breastfeeding?
No, whenever 6 months after delivery.
Oh, after delivery.
Okay. Yeah, but if they're breastfeeding, we would want them to complete whatever amount of time they want to breastfeed. Because, breastfeed can be up to a year. Some women may do it 2 years. Some may do it 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Some may do 6 months. And that's very important. The breastfeeding, as you know, is very important because it allows for that.
I had no idea that the breastfeeding was linked to the chuchu.
Yes, everything is connected. A woman's body, everything is connected.
Well, I know everything's connected because here I am in one person, but I didn't know it was connected.
Yes, connected. Yes. Okay, so other than making the vagina look better where the lips are not as long and hanging, what if there's like a tightness issue? Can you make the vagina hold tighter?
Yeah, so that's exactly what a vaginoplasty is. The best term, I think, is a complete pelvic reconstruction. So what we do is it's broken up into 3 separate stages. The first stage is there's usually a rectocele, which is a hernia. It's a hernia between the rectum and the vagina.
Hold on.
Okay, hold on.
All right. Here we are now.
Oh, here's the vagina. Do we look at this one here?
Yeah, there's the vagina there. Yep.
Okay, all right.
And at 6 o'clock will be your anus, right?
Right.
And then there is relaxation to where when you push down, you'll see a pink bulge come up through the vagina. And that's what we call a rectocele. You can't really see.
Looks like there's a lot of holes there that I didn't know about.
Here.
Here we go. Doc has a vagina. Okay, yes.
I got the vagina.
Okay.
So, clitoral hood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clitoris.
Right.
Labia minora.
Right.
Labia majora.
Okay.
Look a little further inside. This is the urethra.
Right.
It's where you're.
Right.
Right. This pink spot is the G spot.
Okay.
Oh.
And then this is.
Show the men that again. They can't seem to find it most times.
Yeah.
G spot.
Yes.
About a finger and a half length into the vagina towards the upper vaginal wall.
Okay.
So that's the spot, urethra.
Okay.
So sometimes you can have a bulge that shows up in the bottom when you bear down. See that bulge down there?
Right.
So we want to push that. That's the first step, is we want to get that bulge out of there.
Okay.
The next is taking the muscles of the vagina or the pelvic floor, bringing them closer back into the midline. That's what changes the diameter of the vagina.
Right.
That's where you get the tightness that you're talking about.
Okay.
The last is anyone that has had pelvic relaxation involved in the floor, they'll notice one key thing. Here it is. The vaginal opening will be really close to the anus. Usually there's a distance between the anus and the vagina.
Right.
And that shrinks, gets smaller after having children. And that's because the floor or the muscles of the perineum are weakened as the baby comes through and delivers. So the
Does that matter whether it's you had a episiotomy or not? The distance was short no matter what? Okay.
Yeah. And so then what we do is rebuild that perineum, right? Reason this is key. Building the perineum is key into making everything that you want it to be. Because if you look, remember we said the G spot is on the anterior vaginal wall.
Right.
If vagina, after having children, the angle of the vagina changes to where it's horizontal.
Right.
So if it's horizontal, you're not getting much pressure against the anterior vaginal wall.
Okay.
Where the G spot. But if we build this perineum up, Now the angle changes, and we're coming at an angle, and so now that penis, toy, or finger is rubbing more against the anterior vaginal wall and against the G-spot.
Okay.
So those are the three steps to complete pelvic reconstruction or vaginoplasty.
Okay.
Reducing the hernia, tightening the vagina, and recreating that downward angle so that penis, finger, or toy rubs more so against the G-spot area.
Okay. So when you say it's you also get the physical pretty aspect of the nicer looking pum pum, but you'll also get the reconstructive in there as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And I saw you.
You look pum pum looking pretty. I love that word. Pum
Yeah,
pum.
pum pum. Yes, pum pum. Yes. You have to have a pretty looking pum pum.
Vagina, all of that makes sense.
Jamaica has the most words for vagina than anywhere else in the world. Yeah, pum pum.
So is there? So when I come to you for my consultation to do my vagina, I'll be getting all of that no matter what.
Well, you can. I mean, there's some cases where women feel just fine on the inside. I mean, they grip just they want to. They're enjoying things the way they.
What is my Wi-Fi?
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I'm back. I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So they put everything. They grip like they want to, but they don't like the way the outside looks.
Right.
The vagina's too close to the rectum to build that up. They might want the labia to be smaller. Or when they stand, the labia majora dangle and hang down. So you can sculpt and change those things.
Right.
You can sculpt and change them.
Okay.
So no, you don't have to do that. Just dealing with the outside is called a perineoplasty.
Oh, okay.
That's a perineoplasty. It's just working on the perineum, recreating that downward angle.
So let me ask you something. What if you have a skinny pum pum, like the pum pum skinny, and you want a fat pum pum? What would you do in that case? Do you Botox it? Do you do some fat?
And some transfers. I'm sick and tired of wearing my Amazon pum pum padding. I want like a big fat pum pum.
Yeah.
Fat pum pums are going to come by fat transfer.
Ah,
So we
okay.
put a fat, we inject the fat into the labia majoras and the mons area and puff it up and give you that fat pum pum. And hopefully you would be happy with that. It's kind of somewhat unreliable as far as like how much change. It never will be as fat as when we first inject it because all the fat has to take. Some of it won't. And so that's the only way that I really know of that you can create a fat pum pum.
Has anybody ever asked you to give them a fat pum pum along with their no?
Not very often. Majority of the time they want the labia majora to be flatter and not dangle. So when they stand, they're not feeling like little testicles are down there. They want to feel flattened and tight, and that's what I run into a lot more often.
So let me ask you something, Doc. You've seen a lot of pum pum in your life, right?
A lot.
A lot. And I mean, let's just get down to it. In the porn industry, everybody has a pretty pink pum pum. But how realistic is a pink pum pum?
Well, that's unrealistic. Some of that stuff, I remember, is Photoshop. You know, Photoshop. You know, it's not like that. And we know the skin of the sex skin is darker. The skin, I bet you right now, the skin around your areola is darker than the skin everywhere else.
Yeah.
Your skin around your vulva is going to be a little bit darker. That's completely normal. The only way you're going to have this white, pink pum pum is if you're Danish. You know, as far as that goes, it's not going to be pink and all that. You can lighten it up. You can do things like that. But overall,
what do you think about lightening up a pum pum?
Like anal bleaching, because it's definitely offered there in California.
So we do some. You can do some skin lightening with fractional CO2 laser.
Yeah.
You can also use hydroquinone, which is a medication that you can be prescribed, and then that can be rubbed on a regular basis, and then you'll see some lightening in the areas.
Okay.
Right.
But then when you lighten, when you have the friction from sex, it could get darker. So you just need to be happy with your pum pum.
Yeah. Pum pum happiness.
Pum pum happiness.
Pum pum. I think you got to be kind of happy with the color of your pum pum. I agree.
If somebody comes in with a picture of a pum pum and they say, "Doc, this pum pum looks pretty. I want you to make my pum pum look like this. It's almost like when you go to the barber shop and you say, can I get a number 4? You know, can I come in and request a pum pum?
You can come and request whatever you want, but here's the reality of things. Number one, we can do whatever we can with your anatomy. If your anatomy doesn't suggest that you can have the pum pum that you desire, I'm going to let you know that, or your physician would let you know that. But if we can get it close to what you want, then yes, we can do that. This is all negotiable. This is your body. I'm just a tool that has the expertise to be able to get that done.
Right.
So we look at your anatomy, we look at your desires, and we also look at your realities of recovery. Because if you have 3 little ones and they're running all over the place and you can't, really take it easy for 5 to 7 days, then we may not want to do this part of the procedure. Maybe we should do it differently.
Right.
So it's a combination of all those things. But yes, we can deal with your bother. We could try to get things as close as we can to your desired look. It's a negotiation. We explain like why we can do this versus why we can't do this, or your anatomy may look more elegant if we did it this way versus another way.
Right.
So we just kind of discuss that and negotiate that, and you decide.
I like that. You can provide an
elegant nothing about me is elegant. I would like to have an elegant pum pum.
Yeah,
that sounds nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so Doc, do you believe, a little bit off topic, right? Do you believe that, one, every woman can squirt? And if I can't squirt, is there a muscle or something, a stitch that you could do so that I can squirt?
Oh, wow. You can't squirt?
Tracy, I have an elegant pum pum.
Oh, sorry.
Squirting is yes, women do ejaculate for sure. There's evidence-based medicine that says that just similar to the man's prostate, there is a female prostate that helps with ejaculation. Now, I think what you see on TV as far as porn and it's shooting across the room and all that, I think a lot of that is urine, or coming from the urethra.
Right.
But women can ejaculate. You can have some ejaculate come from the vagina, and it's been studied, and there's a whole book on it called The Female Prostate. So it's true, but to the point of shooting across the room, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that I saw that you did the O shot.
Yes.
So what that is, it's like, what are you injecting into the O spot? Tell me a little bit about the O shot.
Yeah, what is it?
The O shot is called the orgasm shot. It's trademarked by Dr. Charles Runnels in Alabama. We're friends in a sense that we talk and meet at conferences and those kind of things. And basically what we're doing is taking platelet-rich plasma, which comes from your blood. So we draw blood, aliquotic blood. It's spun down in a centrifuge, and we're able to separate platelet-rich versus platelet-poor. So what's the big deal about platelets? Well, if you get injured and make a cut or get cut or injured on your hand or any part of your body, the first thing that comes to stop the bleeding are platelets. Platelets kind of stop and plug the area that it's bleeding from. Once it's plugged, it sends out growth factors and says, hey, we need a little bit more collagen in this area. We need a little bit more blood vessel growth in this area. We need a little bit more skin, etc., to be done in the area. So the idea was, okay, if we took that platelet-rich plasma, activated with calcium chloride, and injected it into the clitoris and the G-spot area, then we should get more blood vessel growth. We should see a little bit more elastin and collagen. And what that does is make the G-spot area larger. So if the G-spot area is larger, it's more likely to be rubbed by the finger, penis, or toy.
Easier to find.
And so therefore, you're increasing your probability of vaginally activated orgasms.
Okay.
One of the other cool things that they found when doing the O shot was women actually got better with urinary incontinence. So it's a mild treatment for urinary incontinence as well.
Wow.
G-spot area is right in line with the urethra. So you're getting increased collagen and elastin and blood vessel growth to the G-spot area, as well as to the area surrounding the urethra, that women actually did better with modest urinary incontinence. So there's a little bit of benefit to that.
Yeah.
I never say for urinary incontinence. That's a appropriate side effect if you get it, but it's definitely there to increase your probability of vaginally activated orgasms.
And how long does this shot last? How long do you feel the
I say between 9 and 12 months.
Oh,
And
not bad.
I mean, we go to the dentist every 6 months, get our teeth cleaned. I mean, every 9 months, once a year, those orgasms going.
Get your pum maintenance.
Yeah.
Pum maintenance. Gotta keep it elegant.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right.
So Doc, tell us a little bit more. I'm sure you have a whole heap, but from the top of your head, what are some of the services, surgeries that you offer?
So we do labiaplasty, we do majoroplasty, we do vaginoplasty, we do perineoplasty, O-shot, femilift, just routine sexual health. You know, any questions like education, like we're talking about now, hormone replacement therapy, which is a big deal. That's a lot. That is a lot of that you just can't get anywhere. And the great thing is trying to find a savvy physician in your area that can handle all of those things.
Right.
Which I would shout out to Daryl Daly,
Yes,
Triple
he's
D.
awesome.
He's he's like the Jamaican king out there.
Yeah.
And he's one of those guys that can do all of these things.
He's awesome, yes.
So Doc, if I'm going to make a trip to come to you to do some vaginoplasty, right? Whichever one I choose to do, what is the average amount of time I need to book for recovery?
Great question. So with recovery with vaginoplasty, if you were coming out here, we would first probably try to do the consultation just like we are now, over Skype, Zoom, FaceTime, whatever, and make sure that we're all in the same alignment and you're happy with what we're talking about. We would then invite you out. We would do an in-person exam, and then we would do the procedure. I would ask that if you did a complete pelvic reconstruction or vaginoplasty, coming from Jamaica, I would want you to stay probably 3 to 5 days here in California. And then once that's done, you could fly back. We would do a post-op visit over the phone again, Zoom, etc. And then you would have my cell phone number. You would have contact with me 24/7. You could text anytime, call anytime, and we would just kind of work together on that.
Okay. So in recovery, sorry, but I'm so interested. So in recovery, so when I got pregnant, I had to have, after I delivered and whatever, I had to have a couple stitches, right? Quite normal. But when the stitches were drying up, right, it got really itchy down there, and it kind of felt tight at the site of the stitching, right? So I'm thinking to myself, when I do the vaginoplasty, like, that's a lot of stitches down there. That's a lot of tightness and itching. Do you offer some type of Vaseline or lotion? I don't know, but like,
Sit on some ice.
sit on some. What do you really do?
So one of the things that we give you a love bag that has everything that you need to take care of yourself with detailed post-operative instructions. We go over that in detail. But in particular, what you're talking about, you would use ice or even Dermaplast spray.
Right.
It's a spray it's a lidocaine. It usually helps with the itching that it develops is hair growth or the sutures being there. And so usually Dermaplast spray will usually help with that.
Right.
But that's just usually temporary.
Okay. So, you said something a while ago. You said the word hair down on the pum-pum, right? And I know we're kind of going off topic, but since we're together and since we're asking lots of questions, right?
Yeah.
What is the best hairstyle for hygiene of the pum-pum?
Well, that's personal. I mean, I think that it kind of comes down to what you like and what he likes or your partner likes. It could be male or female, either way. I like a little hair on the pum-pum. Makes me feel like, hey, I come from that genre,
That's true.
A 70s man.
Some women, like no hair on the pum-pum. I don't think there's been any real evidence-based studies that suggest that having hair or not having hair has any effect on the health of the vagina. I think it's more of a prep.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of pineapple for the pum-pum?
Pineapple, like orally ingesting pineapple, so it tastes a little...
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's
Oh.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, eat a lot of pineapple and say, come.
Oh, yeah. Are there any other foods that you know about, like the pineapple, that's good for?
Well, I mean, avoid some, what's the word? Citrusy-like stuff, like tomato juice or those kind of things, because what you ingest will change the way that it tastes.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard about these tablets? Certain companies have tablets where they've said, I forget the name of one now, where if you ingest this tablet, it's guaranteed to have a sweeter pum pum. So it is a possibility then that these tablets could work.
I couldn't intelligently address that, but I will say that the pum pum is always tasty and wonderful, right? Doesn't matter.
Have you ever dabbled in plastic surgery other than the pum pum? Have you ever tried like a breast implant or
I just consider myself an expert in the pum pum, and that's where I want to be, as an expert in the pum pum.
Yeah, you're in a very good place, sir.
And, we can handle it all. So that's what I want people to know, that Dr. Reed, if you need a question or anything like that, and you want to know about the pum pum, this is the man you want to talk to.
And remind us again where you are located.
Say it again?
Remind us where you're located.
I'm in Northern California. It's called Davis, California.
Okay.
Davis, Davis.
And so you were talking with Dr. Daly, and he was like, I have these two crazy girls, they'll ask you all the pum pum questions.
Exactly right. And I was like, all right, Dr. Daly, I'm going to reach out. We're going to see what happens. And wonderfully, you responded. You were so kind, and it just felt really good. And I feel honored and privileged to talk to you lovely ladies. It's an honor and a pleasure.
Well, we thank you so much for being here. Are you married? We see some questions coming up. Slimmers, aren't you supposed to be in Tokyo? We have a Paralympian with us today watching, so we just want
She's actually in the what you say?
Quarantine?
No. She's like they think that she's gonna do a very good job.
She's one of the favorites to win. She's here with us. Yes. She's a Jamaican Paralympian, and she
taekwondo.
Yeah. She was asking about the cost.
Cost for vaginoplasty ranges between $75 and $8,500.
Okay.
US dollar.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's really on par with a breast augmentation.
Yes. Yep.
Whoa.
So you have to say boom boom boobies. Boom boom boobies.
Do you think that in the future, just you had said it earlier that breast augmentation 50 years ago was so taboo. Now it's kind of like pum pum augmentation is kind of taboo. Do you think in years to come that it's going to be just as common or commonly done as a breast augmentation?
Well, thanks to ladies like you that have great following, yes. You are empowering women by giving them the knowledge that they can change what they dislike or bother. And so as more women gain traction and understand that there's these things out there and that these things are okay and that you're picking the right physician to do these things, then yes, this is going to change. And I thank you ladies for making that big change for women, and I like to be a part of that. And so I appreciate it. And yes, to answer your question, yes, it will change.
Awesome.
Yes.
So let me ask you a question now. Sometimes we hear about celebrities who go in and they give birth and they get their body done at the same time, which is not recommended because, as we know, the body changes, yada yada. If I'm going in for my celebrity birth and I say to you, Dr. Reed, you have to come in and as you deliver the baby, I want you to fix the pum pum. Make me an elegant pum pum right away. Is that a possibility?
It's not recommended.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked about it, right? You're going to be breastfeeding, you're going to have estrogen. We need estrogen to heal. I mean, you need to get over that delivery. It's not the best time to do that thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No, I'm just so, Dr. Reed, I'm so happy that you came on the show and you are here. And the fact that you keep on saying it, to pick a doctor that knows what they're doing. And, it's something that you keep saying, and it's something that is absolutely so important, everybody out there, to do your research. Find a doctor that knows what they're doing. Dr. Reed keeps on saying it, and sometimes you go places and you can get some botched jobs. You need to make sure that your doctor has the credentials, has the experience, and knows what they're talking about. So what I like about you is that you are willing to answer questions. You want to do the consultation over the FaceTime
to see if we mesh, to see if what I want can be done before I jump on that plane, which is very commendable. But let me ask you a question about those Zoom consultations now. Do you ask the person to set up like a flash or a ring light? Like, how do can you open it up? Like, what happens in a Zoom consult? I'm not getting awkward, eh?
Good question. We send some instructions. iPhone, you take a couple pictures. We have you take it in front, to the left, to the right. If there's any particular areas that you want me to pay attention to, you take a few extra pictures there. Okay. That gives me the opportunity to review those pictures before we meet, and we're able to kind of talk about what you're wanting, what you're not wanting, what are the benefits, and et cetera, and what are the risks, and what recovery is like.
So the Zoom is not you looking in the pum-pum, it's you talking about the pictures that I've sent you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's
when you together, you would come out, and we do an in-person examination.
Right. Okay.
And then we would come back to my office and talk a little bit more about the procedure, make sure that we're on board, and we would do the procedure. The other cool thing that I wanted to let you know about is that all the procedures that I do are under local anesthesia. So you're awake. Your partner could come in with you. They can talk and come look over my shoulder as I'm operating. I don't care.
I love that.
Everything is done under local. Yeah. There's about 20 people across the nation, United States, that can do these procedures all under local anesthesia. And I want to think that, it takes away the risk of putting the person to sleep. It is so wonderful to have a partner that you love to be there with you while you're having this surgery. It removes the cost and recovery. You're able to leave the office in about 15 minutes after the procedure, and you say, "Thanks, Dr. Reed," and I say, "Thank you for coming," and we talk the next day and see how you're doing.
But you do walk a little wide when you're leaving, right? Because, things must be a little swollen down there.
That doesn't settle in until that night. When I give medication, that will hold you for about 4 hours. And then when you get home, you'll have the instruction sheet and the medications, and that's when all those changes and walking different. The first 3 days are very difficult as far as recovery with vaginoplasty. It's usually a lot of pressure. Pressure as though you want to have a bowel movement all the time and you can't get rid of it.
So I was just about to ask, Doc, do you do an enema before you do the operation? Because I can imagine that I would be scared to poo after I've had my punky done.
It's another one there for you.
And I would just reiterate to you that no one's ever died of end-stage constipation. Your body will have a bowel movement. And so the more you focus on it, the more you worry about it, the longer it'll take you to have a bowel movement.
Okay.
And so discuss that in detail. Staying hydrated, eating prunes or grapes or cherries or taking a stool softener. And then after about 3 days is when you can really consider about using a laxative or something. But overwhelming majority of people have a bowel movement by that third day. And that's also the time when you turn the corner and you're feeling a lot better and you're walking around more and you're starting to feel a little bit more humanoid. And that's usually around that day 3 after vaginoplasty.
So, but there's stitches down there. What about when you pee? That must burn a little. And then how do you keep the stitches and the wound? How do you keep everything down there clean? Like how it's, your 1 and 2s going on down there. Especially the
1s and 2s. And what do you remember? Perry bottles, right?
Yeah. I love a Perry bottle.
Perry bottle, yeah. I like Perry bottles.
Little warm salt water there.
Yeah.
Heart squeeze. I love a heart squeeze on the Perry bottle.
My mom said that I should use a blow dryer down there after I got. Do you recommend a blow dryer?
Yeah. Absolutely. If you're going to dry, we always ask you to pat dry. We don't want you to rub.
Okay.
And then I hope if it's not dry enough after that, use your hair dryer.
Yeah.
Low heat.
Yeah.
I know. Yep.
Oh.
Your mom, right thing.
Yeah, I remember after after my son, because he was a natural birth, she's like, get out the blow dryer, keep your pum pum dry, and trust me, everything will be fine down there, just keep the pum pum dry. So I kept the pum pum dry, and everything did work out.
How long is the operation? How long is the fix-up?
Reconstruction takes about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad.
And how long after reconstruction can I have sex?
Around 8 weeks.
How many?
8 weeks.
8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks.
Ooh, you gotta wait on the new pumps.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's no different than having a baby. I mean, you have to wait. You're supposed to wait, after a baby, 4 to 6 weeks.
Supposed to.
I don't
6 to
like
8
these looks.
It's well worth it afterwards.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Doc, thank you so much. This was so super informative,
Yes.
and I'm glad that we're having this nice open conversation because, as I said, it's like I spoke one week about pads, and everybody went kind of crazy, and we've had, I think it was Dr. Darrell when we had him on the show. It was actually deleted from Instagram because we're just not allowed to talk about pum pum, and it's like, but it's here. I have one, and I have problems with it sometimes, and I need to talk about it, and it's like this big kind of woo. So I want to thank you for coming on and being so open with us. We really appreciate it.
Yes, definitely, Doc.
You lovely ladies are wonderful. I'm just privileged to be here and speaking on this platform, and you guys are doing wonderful things, and you're making headway and changes for all those women that are looking up to you and want to be like you, and you're doing a great job.
Hashtag pum pum happiness, Doc. Pum pum happiness. Bye, Dr. E. Thank you so much. Bye.
No, let me see, right?
I don't know how to take you off either, Doc.
Okay. So let me say now, I am so happy we have Dr. Reed on the show. And one more thing, there were so many things that I was so happy about what he said, but one of the things that I was really happy about what he said was women have a choice now to fix what bothers them about their bodies to make them fully happy. And I think that nowadays we are given idea of what a woman's body looks like, so we do find faults within ourselves. So it is nice to be able to have the choice to fix what we want to fix.
To feel a little bit more confident. And I think it is very important as a human. You want to feel your best, you want to put your best foot forward, and whether it is things that you can see or things that not everybody can see, we want to feel good, we want to feel confident. I want to know that, pum pum happiness is very important. And I just want to thank everybody who is watching today, because it is kind of sad that the last show that we got in depth with the whole pum pum thing, Instagram removed it, and
You're really upset about that.
I'm really upset about it because
it's only like the 15th time.
But I don't find that we're doing anything hardcore or disgusting. We are discussing what needs to be discussed and brought.
But I do think that a woman's body has been a secret for a really long time. I mean, you guys, please come on, join the conversation on a woman's body. It's something that has been very secretive. I feel that because a man's penis is out there and it's just flopping around, I feel that it's not as
well, it's because the guys share their penis all over the place. It's like public property.
I know, like the runner who his own just fell out while he was running.
Those runners. My goodness.
Yeah, but I do feel like there's a lot to know about the vagina that we as women sometimes I don't even know that, so. But yeah. Anyway.
And if you want to know where you can, I always get the pum pum pads. You guys, if you want to know where to get the pum pum pads, it's called a gaffing pad. So usually it can be transgender persons who may want to look a certain way within their clothes. So that's where I got my last gaffing pad, and this is today's own, so that we can see where the doctor was talking about. It was for my YouTube, but then when the doctor brought out his, I realized this is not correct. There's nothing going on with that one.
Well, I think this one is closed up at the top. You'd have to these
open
parts
it
are
up.
open.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yes.
Okay. So our next thing that I wanted to talk about, right, is the Bachelor. It was.
Tracy forced Sean to watch The Bachelor last night, and Sean kept saying, "Is this not over yet? Is this not over?"
It was season finale, okay? And I'm so glad that she ended up with Blake. Is anybody else glad that they ended up with Blake?
I was just glad it was over. Sean was like, "How long is this show? This show has been on for hours."
I know, Sean was really not having
Sean was like, "I don't want to watch this show."
I actually went to sleep. The TV started to act up and I went to sleep. I couldn't deal with more of the show either.
We have a special YouTube video coming for you. We spent the whole day filming and interviewing, so we're going to talk in the YouTube video more about this cottage where we're staying. We used to own it and it's now sold. So yeah, we have some pictures, some before and after pictures. And yes.
Remy has something that she'd like to share with you guys too.
Okay.
And that is...
Yeah, you haven't changed your diaper in a while.
So anyway, I've been having this really weird reoccurring dream lately, right? And this morning I woke up from it multiple times, and every time I went back to sleep I kept having the dream, right? So it's a dream that I'm at school and it's exam time and I have not studied and I've skipped all of my classes or sculled all of my classes and the exam is tomorrow. That's my dream.
That was my life.
That's horrible.
Dream.
I mean, does anybody have any idea as to what this dream could mean?
That you're not prepared for something, that something is happening that you're not prepared for.
It must be child. It must be the child. It must be the child.
Did you guys see the prank I played on Scott? So I played a prank on Scott. It's over on my TikTok. I try to have different content throughout my social media
It was pretty
pages.
funny.
So I see where there's a trend where people get dissolving shorts. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna get a pair of dissolving shorts. And I find it would be a little bit easier to trick Scott because sometimes Tracy brings Scott home. Tracy shops for his clothes.
Yes, I shop for his clothes. If I haven't bought it, Scott do. And so everything. So he came and I was like, "Oh, Scott, let's go swimming now." And he's like, "Oh, bring a pair of shorts for me." So I brought the pair of shorts. He's like, "Where did you get these?" And I was like, "Oh, I bought them for the vacation when I bought my bikini. I just bought you a shorts too." He was like, "Oh, okay." Scott is very easy to shop for. He's not fussy at all, right? So
He went to the water.
He always wears a
rash guard.
A rash guard, right? So he put on his rash guard, he put on the shorts, and he jumped in the water. But it was so funny because at that time, all the family.
See, Hannah is here on the live now. Our cousin Hannah.
Yes.
So all the family was here. We were standing up, and then he goes in the water, and he's just like, "Yo, what happened to these shorts?" I thought the shorts were going to dissolve like sugar, but what really happened
It's a
was the
stitching
stitching
dissolved,
so the panels just started breaking away.
Yeah.
I honestly thought something a little bit more dramatic would have happened.
No, but did you see Scott's face? No, Hannah, cousin Hannah, on here. Did you see Scott's face? Scott was like this.
Because he didn't know like what to do now.
I know, so he's like pulling his shirt down.
We couldn't see anything. But it caused a little bit of a stir because on TikTok I did the robot voice and I was like, "Come on, let's see some Willy." Well, apparently I'm the type that will teeth my sister's man.
You would?
But that's what somebody said.
You don't teeth my man?
No.
You want my man?
No, but the comments were kind of weird and I'm like,
but Scott is not even your type.
no, but I guess maybe they don't know us, but I mean they were like, "Oh, that's how you sis wants her brother-in-law, this is suspect." And I'm like,
Ew.
that's not how we roll in my family. Like,
But like, could you imagine if like being an Amish woman, that's what makes me go there, like sharing one man? How does that even work? Like,
I don't know.
How is date night?
I didn't really like respond to any of the comments because if somebody's first thought is reverting to incest, then I can't.
Ew,
really...
why would you even bring that up now? I just
kinda
ignore
weird.
that. Oh.
But it was just so many people that was their first thought. I was like, "Oh, way to spoil the prank."
No, you don't spoil. Just don't delete those. People have so much to say. They're so weird.
I thought it was so funny. I
What?
wish the prank
No, I wish the sound of what Scott
was saying was better, but my phone was accidentally hooked up to the Bluetooth, so you couldn't hear much sound at all. But he was just like, "What is this? What's wrong with these?"
like, "Babe, where'd you get these
shorts? Something's wrong with them." But I had to say to everybody, "Oh, it's dissolving shorts." I kind of wish that the panels just kind of floated to the top, so everybody would be like, you know, I kind of wanted
but
more.
he didn't know what was going on, so he's trying to hide it. I know.
So I'm now on the
Scott is
lookout
such a good
because
sport, though.
I know that I know he's gonna try and get me back. So yeah.
What flavor is that today?
Yes. So today I'm sipping on a rosemary grapefruit. It's very nice. Listen, this almost didn't make it on the show today because
Cousin Hannah.
yeah, Hannah, we see you. Hannah Stews, we see you. So Lady B Mixology hooked us up with a couple of pouches for the weekend, and it was
this is
so
more
good.
savory.
Yeah, but it's because of the rosemary.
But I could drink this all day. Like some of the other ones are sweet and they're nice for a 1-2 drink, but
Yeah,
this
you
is
can
something
have
all day. Yeah,
that was
I
something.
like it.
Somebody said prank Sean. You know, you have to know. You have to
know who you prank.
Yeah, that would not.
I'm
have
a
been
good
fun.
person to prank because I get over it really fast.
Yeah.
Jodi's not a good person to prank. It depends on what you're doing. If it's anything that causes a mess, it's absolutely not.
That's a good one. Buttercup 876 said prank Sean with a fake pum pum in the bed.
Ooh.
The only thing is that Remy has been sleeping in the bed with us. See her bed here? No. Remy's sleeping in the bed. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow when we go home. Buttercup 876, I'm gonna do that later. What happened? Alright.
She's so sweet.
Alright guys, so if we are banned over on IG, but we still encourage you anyway, we're gonna try and upload
Thank
the
you,
live right
Cher
away.
Gooden. She says my dress is cute. Thank you.
Could you please show them how you have on your swimsuit?
What do you mean?
With the panty?
Oh, I just didn't. Leave me alone. I want my panty with my swimsuit today.
I walked in the room and I was like, why do you have on your panty with your swimsuit?
I just didn't feel like wearing swimsuit. I wanted to wear a panty line and a panty, and then I put my swimsuit over it. I just felt like wearing panty line and panty today.
Did you guys go and check out my Amazon video? I put the links to the cotton thongs that we always talk about. You can check those out because remember, we are all about the happy pum pum.
Yeah, definitely. So anyway, another thing that I want.
If you talk about the Bachelor, I'm gonna kill you.
Fine, I don't really have much else to say.
That's all you want to talk about? The Bachelor?
No.
Hi, baby.
No, so anyway, I've been out in the sun here in Silver Sands, right? And I've noticed that the brown spot on top of my lip that I got during pregnancy has come back, right?
Yeah, but this is sun. That melasma is triggered by the sun, by hormones. So
is there anything that I could put on there that it will go away and never come back?
I think you're always going to have to be treating it, just like I believe that acne is something that you're constantly
but like
having
at what
to
point
treat
does
and
that
maintain.
layer of damaged skin come to the top and go away?
I don't know, girl.
Can I bleach it?
Yeah.
But will that bleaching, will it go away forever?
So what I was given to treat
Hold on. Who is that? Atrin. She says she has something she used for it. She has the same thing as me.
So hydroquinone, which is a bleaching cream, is what was prescribed to me in a little tiny tube, and it was prescribed to me for melasma. Retin-A is great, but I find that the Retin-A also has like a bleaching agent in it, and it made my skin extremely yellow.
Bolton says my own personal mustache. Yes, I don't like it.
Aloe vera works. More sunscreen, thank you. Yes, I agree with that. More sunscreen.
No, I mean, I've put on a 40 on my face, and then in the days I had sunscreen so thick up here was white.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Somebody said laser, but I don't think so because I think the heat brings it on too.
Potato juice? You know, that's not the first time I've heard about potato juice. Talk to your dermatologist. I think it's a little bit of a journey, but you can't really do anything yet until you stop breastfeeding.
Yeah, this breastfeeding thing is really something else. And you know what? Like, I've been really toggling in my mind with my body because like I still have weight to lose. Like my body isn't where I want it to be, and my thighs are so thick. Like I can't even wear shorts. Okay, my thighs are so thick, and I just want to lose this weight really fast, but I can't because I'm breastfeeding. So there's still so much things that you can't do when you're oh my gosh.
Are you leaking?
I'm talking about breastfeeding and my nipples are...
Mommy says I must show my jumpsuit. So this jumpsuit was designed by Fashionenira. She has a store here in Jamaica in Central Plaza, I believe.
Oh, thank you, Ren. Oh, it's very pretty.
Thank you. I believe she's away. She's living away right now. But she's really cool. Very nice girl. I bought 2 from her, and yeah. And if you're watching, you could always send out another one because of the 3 designs I bought 2. Careful, that's Mommy's laptop bag. Alright guys, we would like to thank you so much for watching today. We would like to thank Dr. Reed so much. He's over in California, so if you know, can't get or you don't want to do your cosmetic poom poom fixing in Jamaica, you can always head over to the wonderful state of California. Drink some, oh, you can't drink wine while you're doing that.
That was a question we should have asked that.
Yeah, but you're going to be on medication.
Oh.
So you can't, maybe for the first, week while you're on your antibiotics, no. Don't leave, I just joined. Alright, are there any other questions? You see a couple of people that joined in late. Don't worry, we will upload everything in HD over on our YouTube channel, which right now is cutting off our heads, but okay. Sorry about that, YouTube. We need to care more about YouTube down below. Please don't mash up Dr. Reed. Dr. Reed, yes, that's a good idea. What is Dr. Reed's handle? We should have tagged it. We will put all of Dr. Reed's information over on YouTube.
But let me ask you something.
Here's his page. You can't read that. That's the cosmetic, GYN. We will tag him over on the YouTube so you can check him out. And yo, his website is so informative.
Is it?
It's super informative. So you have to click the little button that says that you're over 18. And guys, honestly, I appreciate Dr. Reed so much because he puts up the pictures of the vagina where you can see like the labia just long and hangy and then you see the after picture and you're like, wow. And I could appreciate his work. You have to have very fine hands, like fine work.
Dude, that's definitely something that you have to have been playing Nintendo from.
But you're playing Nintendo. Definitely that Tetris because Gano, little fine finger work there.
Yeah. For sure.
Oh, love your outfits, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
She has on panty with her swimsuit.
So, let me show you my outfit. I got this right here in Jamaica. Actually, you bought this for me.
Yeah, I went down by, Lord, what's her name? She does resort wear.
Retirement Road. That's where she is.
Alright, so if you check, this is not our business page though. So we have Fashionenira, Fashionenira. And her shop is Shop Fashionenira right here in Jamaica, and it is located at shop number 15, the Springs Plaza.
Yo, Remy is so
funny when she walks,
right? First of all, she doesn't walk, she stomps everywhere. She's like do 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 do, and then she comes and she's like, "Mommy, I love you, mommy."
And then she walks off. Do 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 do.
Oh my god, I know she's telling Levi, don't run. No, Levi.
Levi, don't run.
So cute.
Somebody said that they got the silicone loofah that I recommended in my Amazon video. Isn't it great?
Yeah.
I don't know why it took me so long to buy that.
Yeah, I like it too, and I like that I can disinfect it. Yeah, because,
love that.
Yeah, because the poofs, you just can't disinfect
And then
them.
I like to travel with my rag. So
Yeah.
if I'm going away, I'd have to buy a new loofah with a Ziploc bag. But with the silicone brush, I just put my silicone or just flash it out like what I said. So guys, make sure you head on over to our YouTube channel, Jodi and Tricky. We have lots of content over there, different types of content. We have cooking videos, we have makeup videos, we have family style videos, we have all kind. Yo, you name the foolishness, we have it.
And if you would like to see us do some type of foolishness, you can just DM us and we will
recommend the foolishness.
Recommend the foolishness.
Oh, also guys, please jump into our DMs. So we do have another special guest lined up for next week, Tuesday. We are going to be talking to a representative from the Ministry of Health. So we're going to be doing a little vaccine talk. Yeah, man. Banned again. But we want to be very subjective with our questioning. We want to be very honest and open. So if you have any questions that you would like us to ask the Ministry of Health.
If you're a non-vaxxer, please let us know what questions you have. If you're a pro-vaxxer, please let us know what questions you have.
We like to be very...
Even if you've had the vaccine and you still have questions about it because of reactions that you had or whatever. I mean, you guys saw me last week. I was out for the count. I have a whole heap of questions I need to ask. So please throw your questions on in there. I think it's a topic that a lot of people are unsure about. You know,
we need to talk. You know, Tracy and already, we are the ones that will ask the questions, that will talk about it. And even when I was speaking to the person from the ministry, I said, make sure you check out our show, because we may ask questions that the person may not like or may not know how to answer. So we do deal with that very, you know.
Oh my gosh, I'm leaking.
All right, just wait, we're soon done. Somebody said we speak about the Olympics. We did touch on the Olympics last week, Tuesday, with Levi, but that's why I have on my outfit today. Jamaica went home with 9 medals.
Can you believe it? Like, that is so crazy to me that we took home 9 medals.
Yeah, for a little country like Jamaica.
But wait, hold on.
Sleep. It's we buy.
Hi, we bye. I can't believe we took home 9 medals.
I
That
can
is
though.
so no, I mean, like, I definitely can. But
So big up to all of our Olympians, big up to everyone who went over. Thank you to the chaperones, thank you to all the staff, thank you to the young lady who helped our gold medalist find his way back to the track.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank everyone over there, the sponsors, the what you call them, the chaperones, the
and you know, you
assistants.
Olympians, please take up that offer that Adam Stewart is giving you to go to on a Sandals vacation. Sandals vacations are so nice.
Nice,
They're
yes.
so nice. And they actually have quite a bit of resorts all over the Caribbean. So please take that up.
Mommy's coming right now. We're gonna swim.
But is it the smallest number of medals that we
You guys need to get Elaine on the show. That would be really cool.
Yeah,
That would be really cool.
I know.
Yes.
I want to.
Whoa, a glass, Remy?
I
Who's
also,
outside with these children?
I want to interview Sharika.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Whoa. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we need to wrap. The kids are going crazy. I think everybody must be outside sleeping.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Tuesdays with Tricky. We will see you next week Tuesday. Make sure you do DM us and let's talk some vaccine talk. What questions would you like to ask? What do you want to hear us talk about? Catch us over on our YouTube channel where you can watch this show in high definition. And guys, thank you so much. Link is in my bio. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
You want to give a goodbye?
Or you can give it on YouTube.
Tell them bye, guys.
Say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
She's so sweet. Okay.